Welcome to another radio review, and this is the Tecsun R9012 analog shortwave receiver. So, the Tecsun R9012 is a great little receiver for its price. It's an under $20 receiver. I've paid, I believe, $18 or $19. That's really cheap. I mean, a $20 radio, how can it really perform and how can it really work well? Well, this one is kind of an amazing radio for its price. I must say that this is an entirely analog radio, so it's really an old-fashioned tuning around with the analog dial right here. It's also a very straightforward radio. If you don't want to, start thinking on how a radio works because it has too many buttons, great little receiver. And if your budget is like really low, you don't have money to spend on radios, well, $20, shipping included, from China, and you've got this little R9012 receiver. Analog, single conversion, meaning that some images can show up, but it's straightforward. And the front, you've got your frequency panel here. You've got the band switch at the bottom, FM, medium wave, and short wave into 10 different bands. You've got on the right side the tuning control, and you've got also the on-off switch on the bottom. On the left side, you'll have the volume control. You'll have an earphone jack, and you've got the power adapter right here at the bottom. That's possible. And the back is the little lid here to make a radio at an angle. And so you've got also the the telescopic antenna here on top. And uses two AA batteries. AA is nice because it's one of those really straightforward batteries that are easy to find. And they last a really long time in this radio, I must say. And I actually forgot this radio turned on but with the volume really low with two alkaline batteries, and noticed 24 hours later that it was on. And when I turned on the volume, to my surprise, it was still going on. So gives you an idea of how low the power consumption is on this radio. It is very sensitive, and that is the first thing that amazed me on this radio. The fact that shortwave reception is amazing. If you want to have a travel radio, if you're scared of having a radio being stolen, this costs $20 and will actually do the job that it's meant. It receives signals, it receives them well, and because it's analog, there's no DSP problems like I've shown you on other videos with DSP units of about the same price. Audio is amazingly beautiful. This receiver has probably one of the best audios of all my receivers, and it actually has audio that is as good as $100 or more receivers. It does receive FM in the expanded FM, I would say, from about 76, here it starts 76 to 108 megahertz. It has medium wave from 525 to 1610, so no expanded AM band, gotta be careful. For North America, if you have your favorite station and the expanded AM band, you cannot get it unless it's really close. I've actually found it to go up to about 1650 in reality, so there is some possibility, but it has to be really close. And the different shortwave bands are well chosen, and it starts from the 90 meter band from 3.7 to 4.1, and I like that because I actually can listen to AM amateur radio stations that are actually on 3.8 megahertz, 3885 here in North America and northeast of North America, the United States, and southeast Canada. And all bands are pretty well chosen and go out of band far enough in most cases to actually give you good reception, with exception of the 41 meter band stopping at 7.350. Should have gone up to about 7.6 because it's missing a lot of stations there. A great example of what is missing is you cannot receive Radio Tehran on 7425, for example. And but most other bands are pretty much well chosen. Another exception here would be, of course, the 25 meter band that actually should stop higher at 12.2 instead of 12.05. Another example, missing out WWCR and 12160. But apart from that, most of the bands are well chosen. One of the drawbacks is the closeness of all the stations on the bands, but it's actually better. If you've seen my review of my Degen DE321, you'll have actually better tuning around on the R9012, even though stations are quite close. Selectivity is okay. For $20, it does separate pretty well all the stations, so it's kind of well chosen. And it's a really nice receiver. If you're looking for something inexpensive, I would say don't look at any below, I would say below $40. Don't look at anything else. Just buy the Tecsun R9012. You'll have a great receiver. It doesn't cost too much. And if you're afraid of getting it stolen, maybe a work environment or going into a trip, or getting scared of losing your radio if you bring it along, well, this is a great companion. And hey, $20, you lose it, you got it stolen, just order another one. It's just $20. So I give the Tecsun R9012 8 out of 10. Of course, you gotta, be careful. It's a score that goes with price versus performance. So don't compare an 8 out of 10 of a $20 radio with another 8 out of 10 that I give into a $150 radio. It doesn't mean the same thing. But for the price, this is really cool. Little feature, there's a tune light right here at the top. When you're tuning a strong signal, that actually lights up to give you an idea that signal is pretty good. It's of limited use because it doesn't really help you too much in knowing a strength of a signal. And so, of course, look at all the testing that I will do of FM, medium wave and short wave reception on this Tecsun R9012. You'll be amazed what it can do. And so I'll give you a little idea. So this was a review, Tecsun R9012 analog receiver. And of course this receiver does not have single sideband. Sub $50 radios do not have single sideband in general. If you enjoy these videos, well, click the subscribe button at the top of the screen. You'll be informed how the videos we put online. And if you have any comments or questions, hey, let us know. It's always fun to have feedback from everyone. So 73s,